I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. And I'm also going to go to, where's the security? Zoom looks so weird now. Zoom looks so weird. I don't know why it looks so weird. What happened to this? Post tools. Oh, okay, they changed it. Cool. We're gonna turn the waiting room off, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, what's going on, guys? What we want to do is for the next 30 days. Give me one moment. All right, so what we're going to be doing for the next 30 days is we're going to be doing pretty much free Zoom. So we're going to be doing New York and Asian session. We'll record all of them. We're going to be posting them to YouTube after the fact. So you guys are on today's first Zoom. So this is going to be Asian session. Myself and the homie DeAndre are going to be going over some charts. I'm going to share some things that I'm looking at in the market. He's going to share some things that he's looking at in the market as well. If you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. And what we'll do is, DeAndre, let me make you co-host real quick. What we'll do is, okay, I'm going to make you host later, bro. But what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go over some stuff together and, we'll have a good time. So first things first is, oh man, crypto. Crypto is going insane right now. Let's go ahead and share screen. And where is trading view? Trading view, boom. And share. Cool. So right now, I've been just primarily focused on Bitcoin just because I'm really, really, really enjoying the way the market is moving right now. It's crazy because during all this sideways and these different trends that were happening, I wasn't really focused on Bitcoin, but I really started getting focused once this dip happened, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to just go ahead and let's do this. I want to leave this because I want to review that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up a brand new BTC chart. Let's do Binance BTC. All right, sweet. So what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just look at the lower time frame, and then we'll talk about kind of series of things Bitcoin has done over the course of time, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a few moments to just go over this. Specifically, I've been trading Bitcoin, so I'm going to give you guys the understanding and the explanation of what it is that I'm looking at and why I'm looking at it and why I'm seeing certain things a certain way, right? And we'll go to like gold and stuff too here in a second. Let me just pull up my notes. I got notes right here. Where are my notes? Notes. What the heck? Well, here they are. Notes. Boom. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a technical analysis, but I want to do more of a like a true cycle analysis with you guys. So let's go back in time. That's interesting. We're gonna go to. Oh wow, this only shows us the time. Can't use Binance. Binance only shows us BTC USD. Let's try bits now. Okay, this shows us where we want to go back in time. So what I want to do is we're going to focus in and we're going to talk about just different areas and different key levels. So let's see. Whoops. It's crazy how fast this thing moves. 1 second. Oh man, it's going to make me go all the way back. All good. So the first real big rally that we saw with BTC was this move up to the about $250 limit, right? So what we want to talk about is we want to talk about expansions and understanding expansions. and then making the most out of this bull run, right? Because I'll tell you guys this right now, whether you own a lot of cryptocurrency, whether you own no cryptocurrency, whether you have Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum or whatever coins you may have, regardless of what you have, you want to understand that we're in a bull market right now, right? We have to understand that on a higher time frame currently, aka let's just go to the daily on this. On a daily time frame right now, we have broken past important structure, right? So just keep this in mind while I'm explaining this to you guys. Right here, we have a structural low. This is the technical lower high that put in this lowest low in this time frame, and then we have our break of structure. So right now, what you have to understand is we're starting to have major higher time frame breaks of structure. On this higher time frame as well, what you want to take away is we have relative equal highs, highest high, another high that grabbed liquidity before it moved down. Liquidity above this high, liquidity above this high, and liquidity above this high. Relative equal low, equal highs at 72,000. So that's like a good upside target, right? Because who knows? Maybe this plays games. Maybe it comes up here, and we do one of these numbers again before it finally pops. But regardless, we have a good indication that this thing is aggressively moving to the upside, right? Multiple bullish candles in a row. If you look throughout all these pullbacks, there hasn't necessarily been multiple bullish candles in a row, right? Multiple bullish candles in a row. We came through, we filled the imbalance area almost to the T. This was that area on a lower time frame or a higher time frame that we marked up. So we're looking at expansions. Right now we're at a high and we want to see an expansion, right? And then the previous all-time highs, they're not that far away, right? They're over here, 69, 68,000. These current all-time highs are around 73,000. So what I want you guys to factor in and understand, oh my goodness, that sucks. I hate when it does that. Just zoomed me out. That's so annoying. What I want you guys to understand, what I want you guys to understand is, where were we looking? Where were we? That's so annoying, dude. Well, regardless, relative to where price is at, what you have to understand is once we have a break of highs, we usually have very big rallies afterwards, right? This one, not necessarily. It was like a 600% rally, not 60% rally. But I'm talking about having clear breakouts. Sometimes we test the areas multiple times, right? So an example, this is the 2015 to 2016 relative resistance, you can say, right? But when we broke out of that resistance, we had a really nice move. It was about 60%. Okay, so factor this in. The previous move we just looked at, we saw a 60% rise, right? It says 58%. We can say that was a 60% rise. Off the next breakout, once again, this one, 60% plus rise. Let's look at the next major breakout. I would say this area. This time we had only about a 50% rise, right? And then we pulled back. Let's look at the next major breakout. I don't really consider this a major breakout because it kind of, I made a high, but it didn't really break out to, like, I would say this point. All right, let's see what this move created. This one was 130%, right? To 120%. Insane. Let's look at the next one. So what you do is you get like a law of average type deal, right? You're just getting the average of how much it really moved. In these moves, another 60% move. In this move, from the high being broke, let's just say to that next pullback, same thing, about a 60%, right? So we can keep going and going and going, but same thing. We got put in a high right here at 19,000. I think this is a much bigger percentage though. It's definitely more than 60. All right, so let's look at that move. Oh my goodness. Let's look at that move. From the break to that new high, about 110. Let's look at that break to the next high. Break to that next high, about 60. So we're seeing somewhat of a pattern. You guys feeling me? We're seeing somewhat of a pattern. So just law of averages, let's even consider it to be 50. If we break through this structural area here, we break through this 70,000 to 73,000 zone. It's 72 is a sweet number, I feel like. But if we can break through that zone, I think realistically, we have an opportunity to go above six figures. And I got a sweet spot around 112, 114. 112, 114. I think that's where Bitcoin's going. 112, 114. That's where I think it's going. And obviously we can make the chart look prettier or whatever, but key component to this is just boom, that expansion, right? Now, in the sense of expanding, somebody said you're not sharing your screen. You posted the wrong password on IG. The password is 00095. Can you guys see my screen, or have I just been talking and not doing nothing? Yo, can y'all hear me? We see it. Okay, good. Okay. I don't know. It always freaks me out because I'm just like, damn, I'm dropping fucking sauce right now, and I don't want you guys to miss. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's always one person that says can't see you or something like that, and I just freak out. But in regards to it, this is a really good way of looking at Bitcoin for a bigger perspective. Now, whether you have a lot of crypto, you have no crypto, you want to make money trading crypto, whatever it is, what I recommend you do is very simple. Come into the lower time frame. I've been trading on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. And what I've been doing, I mean, you guys seen screenshots. What I've been doing is I'm just buying points that look good to me on the lower time frame. I surf through all the different time frames and I'm just buying imbalances. I'm buying areas where we have very simple buy to sell candles. Prime example, buying areas like this. This is a very simple pull back into a demand zone and then runs up, right? Same thing here. We had some downside liquidity here, a move to the downside, grab some orders and up. I've been buying about here as well. I'm buying on the fractal time frame. So I'm on the 5-minute, but like the same thing you do on the higher time frame is the same thing I'm doing on the lower time frame right now. Until we see a big change of direction, all I'm doing is, all right, price pulls back, I'm adding a position. All right, price pulled back into this extreme, I'm buying this position, right? Make it even simpler. Fib high to low, it pulled back into a discounted range, right? If you guys haven't seen our Fib videos on YouTube, go watch those free Fib videos. But pulling back into a premium or a discount level, we're in there, right? Once again, if you have a hard time seeing smart money zones or good premiums and discounts, just throw the Fib on there, highlight the area, look for pullbacks, get on in. Look for pullbacks, get on in, right? Same thing. Price is kind of making a new high right now. It's pulling back. There's a lot of different things that line up. You got the fib here. You got the 61 to the 88.6 golden zone. You got some imbalances in there. You can go to the lower time frame. There's a big imbalance. Some big order came through and made that move up. We pull back. There's an imbalance literally right here. That could be something interesting. And there's another area here. Now, if you're trading Bitcoin, though, you do not want to over leverage your account. This is my thing. I'll tell you guys this. even if you're properly trading this with good risk management, if you're just scaling and adding in positions, those positions will be worth a lot, whether you're trading on MetaTrader or TradeLocker or whatever you're trading on, right? DX trade. I mean, there's so many different things. If you're trading directly on TradingView, it doesn't matter. If you're scaling in with small positions on these pullbacks, if you do end up going into some drawdown, your account will be able to handle that drawdown, right? And then not just that, but you can just take advantage of the dips. You know, you see memes where people are like, buy the dip, and then it dips more. And they're like, buy the dip, and then it dips more. And then they get mad about buying the dips. But if you're properly leveraging, you can make money on the way up. And even on these dips, you could take full advantage of them. Like, I'm up a nice bag right now on BTC. And, you know, it's going great. Like it's a nice, I have small positions in, and I have a lot of positions, but they're not, oh, 1 lot, 5 lot, 10 lots, whatever, right? I mean, here, you know, you can kind of see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Cool. It's not a ton of, you know, lots, but it's a lot of positions, right? So in regards to it, I've been buying every single pullback just because it looked so good on a higher time frame. That last dip down, it put in the low. We had a structure break. Even if we can come back to a previous strong resistance, it just looks amazing. So you know, for majority of the time outside of New York session, I'm gonna be focused on trading Bitcoin and Solana and other things like that. What I'm gonna do is I know DeAndre has some currency pairs he wants to go over. I'm gonna let him go over some currency pairs. I would say when it comes down to Solana and everything else as well, I mean, they just move with Bitcoin. So, I mean, everything's rising right now, right? Everything's breaking the previous structural high or low. Bitcoin's already broken that high. For Ethereum, it's right here. So it's almost there. For Solana, it has already broken that high. So, you know, really dope. I know DeAndre had a really sick gold trade. I'm actually gonna share. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen, and then really quick, DeAndre, I'm gonna make you the host. Just give me back the host when you're done, bro. Is that cool? Make host. All right, cool. Yo, you're the host, bro.
All right, cool. All right, what's up, y'all? We'll go through all of these updates real quick, and then I'll show y'all any new opportunities that I'm pretty much looking at. So DXY, we've been pretty much trading this heavily for the last few weeks. It's kind of my thing. On the wave down, so the last thing that we were looking at was a movement off of this ABC on the inner ABC move. So we're trading wave B down, right? So we've been trading this whole entire move down, even the pullback. And so at the beginning of the week on Sunday, I let you guys know that we're looking for a correction in this area and then a continuation down. So still for the remaining of this week, we're still looking at that correction and a continuation down. I don't expect much more. We might get just a little bit more. I don't really think it's going to take this high. If it does, we'll just get a liquidity sweep and then a continuation down. But for the most part, I'm looking at the dollar continuing down. The first stop is to take the liquidity that's resting right here. Let's see, on a smaller perspective, let me see. Yeah, we're already locked in. So first stop is to take the liquidity below this low. Structurally, I'll expect a reaction somewhere right here. So this is probably where we're going to get a more decent pullback before the continuation down to finish for the full wave of C. Cool. So that's the directional bias on the dollar. So with that being said, we'll hop to the rest of the pairs. We'll go over NZD USD. I know I shared that with y'all as well. So this one we're in a little bit of drawdown. So there's a few options on NZD USD. So the first option was for us to go up right here. Either we're going to take off right here, or we were going to dip down to this range and take the liquidity that's resting below this low. So a little bit more down and then a push up. The last option that I'm seeing on NZD USD, which is the final low, which it can go down here and take off towards the upside as well and still give us that overall double bottom structural reversal pattern. So that's what I'm looking at on NZD USD. So we still got a little wiggle room on it. So just continue to be patient on that one. This should flow once the dollar is ready and done with that correction. This should flow pretty nicely towards the upside. Euro USD. So we've been buying this one throughout last week. So this is the newest opportunity that I'll be watching this week. So we literally have been buying it from this low all the way up. The opportunity that I'm seeing for a continuation towards the upside right now, I want to see a sweep of this low. We can tap into this range and we can tap into this range. So this is like the final this is the final level that I expect price action to go to right here. Okay, so we have here, and where is the second one there? So this is going to be the median of two different fair value gaps on two higher time frames. So this is the furthest that I expect Euro USD to drop. So we're either going to go here or we're going to drop and go up from here. So one of the two areas I'll be looking for a movement towards the upside this week on Euro USD. My entry is going to be around 1.08747. My TP is going to be around 1.09618. And my stop loss is going to be around 1.08401. So as far as like the rest of the week, this is pretty much the main trade that I'll probably be looking at. If it's not another gold trade, this is probably like the main thing that I'm going to be trading for the rest of the week. So just to kind of throw that out there. CAD CHF. So share this with y'all for the last few weeks. So we caught the drop. We were looking at the movement up into the order block. And so there are a few opportunities for y'all to either take the sell down. So last week I shared this with y'all to be able to take the sell down from here towards the beginning of, I think, or towards the end of last week. We had another opportunity right here, which I shared with y'all. And then on Sunday, I let y'all know that y'all can look for a retracement up and then a continuation down. So we literally got that retracement up, small retracement. We weren't looking for much on this one candlestick to wick in and then a continuation down. This one is still enterable. So just to throw that out there, you can still enter this. This is a higher time frame swing. So you're looking at like the 16-hour to daily. So just kind of know that you'll need to be patient on this one. We do have a double top structure that just formed in the reversal area. So just off measurement, this double top should at least lead perfect right into our first fair value gap. So you'll be targeting right there. So it should at least lead here. So as far as like problems, where you should see any problems, it should maybe be here because we could either go back up or we could continue down. But this is going to be your first area of interest to where we need to make a decision. Cool. So for as of right now, for those of y'all that are late to the party, you could potentially look for a continuation down from here, or if you can catch another retest to the entry and then a continuation down. Okay, so that is CAD CHF. Let me share with y'all gold. We've been fucking killing gold. I haven't really updated it since this morning's trade. So originally we took a buy here, right? And so then we took another inner buy somewhere around here. Then we took a small sell. What was that? I think it was this morning. It might have been this morning. I think it was this morning. I think we took a sell this morning, either here or we took a sell here or last night. It was a small scalp. It was kind of like an in and out thing. I think it was like 40, 50 pips. And then we turned into the buy. So we bought this morning, which I did share with the most of y'all via Zoom, and dropped some of this gold on the platforms as well. But this was a beautiful buy this morning, man. How many pips did this push out? I mean, straight profit too. We got this little drawdown right here, but outside of that, straight 200 and what, 50 pips, 230 pips or so. So I took profit like right here. So at 24.34, but beautiful trade, man. Beautiful trade. So let me update this to see where I do expect more upside on gold. I just have not looked to see maybe where. And if y'all got any questions, y'all can shoot the questions, and I will, um, you know, answer y'all's questions. Any charts y'all want me to check out, go ahead and drop that as well. Yeah, bro. CAT CHF still selling. NZD CHF still selling. I'm about to go over NZD CHF for y'all pretty soon. Let me finish breaking down gold real quick. So to be honest with y'all, first area of interest is pretty much right now where we are. Second area of interest is going to be here, which I prefer that, to be honest with y'all. Yeah, if I were to, I'm gonna watch this area tonight because I really don't want it to take another low, right? So structurally, I don't want to see it leading too far down into this low at all, before exceeding a little bit further up. But we could be due for a retracement since we have been on a hella bull run. But I do think that this daily candle is gonna fill. So the candle that just closed this wick, I'm expecting at least, so you can trade just off of candlestick wicks alone. So this wick should go for at least like a 75% strike. So small retracement within the today's daily, and then a continuation up to strike at least 75% of that wick. And where is the daily? Let me see, where did that daily close? So body closure is here. Previous price action closure is here. I'll clear this up a little bit for y'all as well. Take this off. So daily here, body here. This is probably where I'm gonna watch for gold for a reaction tonight, for a continuation of. I want this to flow with the dollar too. So something like that, and then a continuation back towards the upside. 75% of that would lead us to right here, around that range. If I were to look on the lower time frame, see where exactly I want to target. It's going to be here. So that's going to be like reaction level 1. So more than likely, if it's not going to continue towards the upside, we might get something like this and then a decline from here. But for now, I want to see a movement up at least from here up to gold. We do have an order block also dead slap right here. So I'm gonna look for something like this tonight. I'm gonna keep y'all updated though, over that one tonight. Euro USD. We've already went over Euro USD. So we'll hop to NZD CHF. So this is another trade that I shared with y'all from Sunday going forward. So what we were looking at is an ABC structure on a higher time frame, from this original wave point on the way up, and then we are now looking at an inner ABC to start playing out. So I was going to look for another movement towards the upside from here to tap that 61.8 and then drop, but seeing this actual head and shoulders right here giving the structural reversal point, that just kind of let me know that we weren't going to actually go further, and that B, the actual wave of B, which is right here, was going to end up holding at the 50%. So what we're looking at on this is a continuation down. To be honest with y'all, as far as re-entries, it might be a little too late. I mean, maybe something right here in this range and then a continuation down, but it might be too late. So it already gave like multiple opportunities for the re-entry. So the first one was like right here. I know I got a lot on this chart. Let me clear it up for y'all. So the first entry was, of course, here. It gave a secondary double top entry right there. And then we might be able to get, so if you look at that double top entry, your neckline is going to be there. So we have an order block right here. So you might be able to get something right here on the lower time frame and then a continuation down. But I don't see much. I mean, if you do get a retest back towards the entry area, I mean, then you guys have a little bit more of a premium trade. But as of right now, we might just get a small pullback and then a continuation down. So that is Indices CHF running profit for y'all. Cat CHF running a little profit for y'all. Made a killing on gold this morning. Y'all have Euro USD upcoming. Y'all have y'all's update now on NZD USD. Y'all have the overall vision on the DXY. I'm gonna show y'all USD CHF and then USD CAD, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up. So USD CHF. On this one, we were looking for a downside move pretty much from this area here. We've been looking for it to fall. I wanted to see a little bit more of a retracement up into this range if I was going to sell it down, but we just did not get that. So it just started to fall, and then it's just been breaking down ever since. So I did update y'all last week that we could be dropping in around this range, which we did get a decline, but I did not take that trade. Only way I'm going to enter this trade is if somehow, some way we retrace back up into this range, because this is a premium level, and then I'd be willing to sell it down from here. Outside of that, I'll probably just leave it alone, and it'll probably just continue to roll over towards the downside. But overall, I am bearish on USD CHF. USD CAD. So this is one that I have been going over with y'all. And so for most of y'all been asking me, what do I see on this one? So we got this structure right here, and then this is pretty much like a double-sided structure. So we can either pop up or we can impulse towards the downside. So I don't really like the structure as much because it's two visions, but we ended up popping up. So I did tell y'all if I am to sell USD CAD that it would be in this range. So as of right now, it has come back to a premium price. Everything is looking good. I'm probably gonna look to sell it. To be honest with y'all, I'm probably gonna look to sell it right here. And I think I'm gonna give it the full structural stop loss just to be safe. This would essentially go for a new low. So that is what I will be looking at on USD CAD. I'm gonna go ahead and drop an alert as well. And I will be watching this one over the next 24 hours. So as the DXY gets ready to fall, this should also influence USD CAD towards the downside as well as USD CHF. So that's pretty much all I have for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and answer the rest of y'all's questions, which most of y'all have just been asking about gold and USD CAD, so that's covered. We've already went over gold. Let me show y'all oil. So oil, I do see a retracement on oil and then a continuation up. So that's what I'm looking at on oil. So potentially a little bit more of a retracement down into this range. This is a sweet spot that I'm looking at for a reaction, and then a continuation up structurally. Yes, bro, Justin already covered the Bitcoin. If you wait till later on, check the TradeStar or Justin's YouTube, and then you'll be able to rewatch today's recording. So for all of y'all that are late, just wait a few hours until the recording drops, and then you guys can rewatch. NQ, I don't really trade NQ, bro, but what I will share with y'all, and this will probably be the last thing, and we'll wrap it up here, and I'll give it back over to Justin, which is Nas. So this is something that I did share with y'all last week, and we were able to get a beautiful decline on Nas, literally hell of a meltdown. I mean, instantly. This also broke down. I think we had I mean, we've been trading almost every move, but I can't remember what it was. Was it a gold sale? I can't remember what it was, but it was something else that we were primarily in, and we made a killing off of that as well, while Nas also melted. I did share with y'all S&P 500, that one melted too. So the thing about Nas is what I'm looking at right now is I'm able to see a wave pattern structurally. So we have a 5-wave right now, and it's pretty clear. So wave 5 can happen anywhere in this box. So this is the true box of wave 5. I did narrow it down to where you see here. So we did instantly tap the top of the box and then got that meltdown. But at any point we can dig a little bit deeper. Mind you, again, the full box range is here. So if it is not to be making a correction right now and then a decline off of the impulse correction and then impulse, then you would see essentially another push in here to build a little bit more of a bigger overall wave of 5 and then a decline. So structurally you would target wave 4 first. So basically we'd be looking for a fall into this range and then we reassess the situation. Last thing is S&P 500. So this one's pretty much similar. So the first drop, this one was like dead on smack though. So we were looking for a pinpoint to the 6.8 and then a meltdown. So if y'all caught that, I mean, beautiful meltdown on the S&P. I was actually just looking for it to drop down back into this low of this area. I have not reanalyzed S&P since. And right now, I really just can't see. I mean, I see a similar 5-wave, but it's not significant enough for me. At least this one, the wave 3 is not significant enough for me. So if anything, this might be just a inner wave for, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this essentially would be the end of, this could be 3. So this could be 3. And then you would go for 5. 5 can't be longer than 3. 3 can't be the shortest wave. So essentially you would be looking at 5 to be, since this is already longer, 5 can't be longer than 3. It's almost like trying to solve a math problem right now, y'all. So 5 can't be bigger than that, and you'd be looking at cool. Too short. So essentially, if this wave correction pattern is right, 5 can't exceed this level. So you're looking at no further than this level. Now what I'm trying to do now is break down the end of the structure within this actual sequence. A whole bunch of little ones, but nothing really significant. As of right now, from what I'm seeing basically this, and this would be a sweep of liquidity. So that's all I'm seeing right now. But it's not something I would want to take the trade off of. Don't really have much price action to the left. So just because this one's like forcing me to struggle too much, probably would just skip it. I mean, even on a daily, if I'm going from that high to that low, I can't see anything from this high to that low. Well, that might be something here. Okay. So that's a little bit more better for me, this range. Came a little bit short. If we can tap into here, this will be a little bit more better for me. This is just something I'd rather trade. So if we can tap into this range, then you could essentially be looking for a decline. Look for a reversal pattern. So some type of double top, head and shoulders. You have rising wedges. Just look for some type of reversal pattern indication in this range. Exhaustion. Some of you guys might use RSIs, TDIs, MACDs. Whatever it is that you use to show you exhaustion, you can use that as well. Once price action gets into this range, if you get your confirmations, and you could potentially be looking for a reversal towards the downside on the S&P 500. But man, that's all I got for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and give it back over to Justin. One sec. All right, bro, you should be able to go. It's on you, Justin. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for that. All we had for y'all today. Um, if y'all have any questions, of course, y'all can shoot us messages. Outside of that, we'll catch y'all on the next update.